Well, this is an unusual time for me to make videos. It is 4:22, I believe. I checked the time before I made the video, 4:22 a.m., which is a little bit earlier. Here, let's fix the autofocus. Yeah, there we go. Which is a little bit earlier than I usually wake up. I usually wake up at 5:30, 6 at the most, between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. And check out the moon over there. It's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So I really love the nighttime. You know, I really do. And I've been resenting sleep lately because it takes away from me the experience of nighttime. Because if I'm sleeping 8 hours, that only tells me that my body's inefficient. I'm doing something wrong. I'm eating the wrong types of foods, and I'm just not meditating enough, not slowing my breath down enough throughout the day. I'm breathing too much, and that's why I'm having to sleep a lot. And I've been paying attention to all these things, and so as a result, I'm sleeping less as of late. I'm sleeping less. It really varies from day to day and what I've been doing, and if I worked out, and did I meditate, how long did I meditate for, how has been my breathing throughout the day, because it's really about your breath, folks. It really is. If you're breathing less throughout the day, you definitely need less sleep. That's just a matter of fact. And then the food. It's how you're breathing throughout the day and the food. So lately I've been paying attention to these two aspects, and as a result, I have been sleeping less. And I happen to live in an area, you saw, I just left my house. It's a main street. I happen to live in an area in the city that I'm currently residing in, where it's busy. And throughout the day, it seems that no matter where I go, it's busy. There's just, because I'm in the middle of the city, very close to downtown. And even the nature places that I go to, still, there's always sounds of cars and airplanes. And if you pay attention to my videos, you will see every single one of them has some kind of an airplane or something, even if I'm somewhere in nature. So what I like about the nighttime, the evening, 10 p.m., between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m., and then again now, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you got the birds singing now. And I just love the quietness. I'm walking around here and making a video, and there's nobody. And I think Sadhguru said something about a yogi. Somebody asked him, is a yogi prefer the day or the night? And I think Sadhguru said both. And it's true. There is a preference for both. And the nighttime really gives you a whole different dimension. So it was Nas who said, I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. And I think sleep is absolutely overrated, but don't get me wrong. It is only overrated because we don't know why we sleep. Once we understand why we sleep, which is basically our food choices, if we are eating foods that are acidic and we're overeating, then we're having to sleep all that much. And it's our breathing. We breathe so rapidly as a society. Everything's so quick and rushed. Most people breathe 15 breaths per minute and above. And so you tire out your mind-body complex very quickly. And as a result, you need 8 hours of sleep. So the whole get your 8 hours of sleep, yeah, that's based on a sick pathological society. That isn't based on health. And again, Sadhguru said that he only sleeps for 4 hours a night. And he talked about the reason is because he's in a restful state. He says he's in a restful ease the whole day. His breathing is low. Yogis is all about pranayama, breathing. So here, let's have the moon behind me. So yeah, so lately I've been doing that. I've been slowing down my breathing throughout the day and meditating throughout the day. Morning, afternoon, evening, kind of like if instead of eating 3 times a day, I meditate 3 times a day. I sit down for half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'll just slow down my breath. And of course, my food has been very, very refined as of late. So, yeah, I'm not needing as much sleep, although some nights I still need 7 hours. Okay? But then other nights, like tonight, 4 hours will do. I mean, it's four, and you could see I'm quite energetic and quite in flow actually. So it really depends. Some nights I'll need four, some nights I'll need five, six, some nights I'll need seven, but I'm not needing any more than seven lately. I really am not needing more than seven. And I really want to be able to permanently take down my sleep down to 4 hours a night. I'd like to sleep between 12 and 4. That would be ideal for me because, I want to take advantage of these other hours. The best meditation times is like right now, and especially between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. I meditated yesterday between 10 and 12. Uh, wasn't this field, it was another field. And I mean, it's incredible because everything's so quiet, and you're able to get more into that alone state, into that quiet, peaceful, eternal state that is darkness. Really, it is void. So then I think the nighttime is really, really, really quite ideal for deep states of meditation. And remember, sleep is unconscious meditation, it's unconscious breathing. So for an average person, for a person that isn't slowing down their breath throughout the day, when they sleep, their breathing will slow down. However, if say your average person is breathing 15 breaths per minute, 15, 8 to 20 on average, okay? And before I actually, this was brought to my attention, it turns out I was breathing 15 breaths per minute, just watching TV or doing something. Sitting down watching a documentary, I'll still be breathing 15 breaths per minute because that's just the patterns. So I started to pay attention to it and slow it down and slow it down. So an average person is breathing 15 breaths per minute, more 18, let's say. And then when you go to sleep, your breathing, your heart rate slows down. It goes down, it slows down. It may slow down to 8, 9 breaths per minute when you sleep, 10. Okay, so you're going from 18 is your average to 10 when you're sleeping. If you sit down and meditate, you can get it down to 4, 3, 2, and then when you're like superhuman, super saiyan level, you're breathing 1 breath per minute. That's God breathing. That's otherwise known as God breathing. That's when you're in God mode. Now, you could see how if you're really good at meditation, you slow down your breathing down to 4 breaths, 3 breaths, and you're doing that 3-4 hours a day. You don't need sleep, and I've experienced this. Because yesterday it was a day where I meditated more than usual. Okay, I might have consciously, deeply meditated for 2.5, 3 hours, and currently when I meditate, I'm taking my breath down to 4 to 3 breaths per minute. And that's why I didn't need much sleep tonight. You see? So that's also why it varies from me from day to day, depending on how I meditate throughout the day, how long and how deep. And how did I pay attention to my breathing after the meditation also, in between the meditations. So yeah, I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. It's really taking you away from life because it's just unconscious breathing. So everybody meditates when they're sleeping. It's just if you're not conscious, you might still be taking, even when you're sleeping, you might still be breathing like 10 breaths per minute. Whereas if you meditate, you could get it down so low, and then you can experience super recovery, super healing. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. So remember, sleep is unconscious meditation, and meditation is conscious sleep. Okay, we don't need as much sleep. We need rest, which is what meditation is ultimately. We need rest. So we need rest, a mix of rest and some sleep also. A little bit of sleep, 3-4 hours of sleep. Now I'm not there yet because there's a very good chance that tonight I will need 7 hours of sleep because I didn't sleep much tonight. Because I'm not, again, my body isn't yet at that level where it can sustain that type of energy. Okay? I'm in training, in practice. And this is only something, the breath work and the slowing down, it's only things that have been brought to my attention recently that I've been implementing. And I've been seeing how my need for sleep is decreasing. It's all a progressive, gradual process. It's been decreasing, and it's beautiful because I can get to see the moon. I can get to contemplate the cosmos and see the stars, and really enjoy the beauty of the night. So another thing about waking up early, usually I wake up between 5 and 6. See, you're aligning yourself with the Tao. I mean, right now, if you go take a walk outside, I mean, the first thing that I do when I wake up usually is that I go for a walk. Is I drink water and I go for a walk. The energy is crazy between 4 and between 7. You've got all these birds singing. It's just the energy. The sun is rising, the day is coming, the light is rising, and you get this feeling in the air, like it's the prana is rises, the energy rises. So if you align yourself with it, I mean, you're part of nature, you'll see in your body, the energy rises in your body also. You understand? It starts to rise in your body. So it's really amazing. I've been doing it because I have to teach the kids in the morning. So I've been doing it for 2 months now. And once your body's adapted to its natural state of waking up early, then you can't go back. I can't go back anymore now. I can't go back to waking up anything beyond 6 a.m. right now is too late. Now, I at the moment I can't afford it because I start to teach the children at 7:30 a.m. So I have to be up, which is a fantastic thing. When I'm in Thailand, when I move to Thailand, it's gonna be a different story because I teach them in the evening. But I can't go back anymore. I can't wake up anything after 6 is just, for me now, it's incomprehensible because you experience the benefits and you see that it is actually the way, the Tao of things, the Tao of the human being. Some species are nocturnal, like bats, right? That's the way they're wired. We're not wired that way. We're wired to be up and running early. I'm talking 4 a.m. even, 4 or 5 a.m. We're wired to be up and running, and it's optimal. This is, if you're trying to maximize and optimize your energy, it's optimal to be up anywhere between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. every single day. And the first month of doing this was just terrible because I've never done it in my life. It was terrible. I was like lacking sleep, I was tired, I was fatigued all the time, and then I started to meditate more, and that started to fix the problem. And now it's now that I'm adjusted to this, I can't go back because you just see how optimal it is. You see how optimal it is, right? So just wanted to share this with you guys, and I would love to do more videos at night actually, because I lived in Dundas on Hamilton before I came to Ottawa. I was in a very quiet nature area. Loved the quietness. And I'm going back to the quietness again in Thailand because the area that I'm moving to, Sotep, it's right by the jungle. So I really, I just don't like noise anymore. It's, I'm over that now. I've liked noise and cities and chaos and all that at some point. That was my trip at the time. I had fun, but I've outgrown that now, and I really prefer quietude. And it makes sense, if you're starting to do this type of work, consciousness work. The nature of consciousness is it's peaceful and calm and serene and quiet. Okay, that's the nature of consciousness. That's the nature of pure awareness. So as you do this type of work and you're getting closer to yourself, to the source, you will naturally tend to want to prefer quietness. And I find right now at this current stage of my life, I've got only 3 more months here. that I really gotta capitalize more on the nighttime, because it seems that during the day it nearly is impossible for me to find a truly quiet place. Whereas when I was living in Dundas, it was a different story, because I was on the outskirts, out by nature, literally within minutes of conservation lands. Very difficult for me to find here. No matter which nature area I seem to go to, pay attention to my videos. You'll always hear a helicopter somewhere, some cars or something. It's difficult, but no complaints. Of course, it's still beautiful, and I'm really glad it's summer here. Summer's really beautiful, so I'm really enjoying myself. And that's about it. I want to thank all the Patreons for supporting this channel. You guys are amazing, wonderful beings. And I really just want to send you guys my sincere gratitude. And if you would like to pledge your support, I'd love to do this full time. I'd love to do this full time. And we've got again, the Patreon family is growing, and again we've got 2 more people over the last week, over the last 7 days, and it's just growing. And I'm confident with the generosity of you people that we will be able to do this full time soon. Okay, so that's about it. Until next time, may the force be with you.